The air over the Susquehanna River was cold and still in the pre-dawn hours of March 28, 1979. Inside the control room of 3 Mile Island Unit 2, the only sound was the familiar hum of machinery. Then a klaxon blared, a sudden, shocking violation of the routine. A light on the vast panel blinked. A pump had failed. It was a minor thing, or should have been, but in the next minute, 100 more alarms would sound. A Christmas tree of catastrophe lighting up in the dark. The men on the graveyard shift scrambled. Their training had taught them to expect textbook failures. This was not one of them. Deep within the reactor, a relief valve had stuck open, a tiny mechanical failure. But a single fateful light on their console lied to them, telling them the valve was shut. Believing the lie, they made decisions that starved the superheated core of its coolant. Unseen, unimaginable temperatures began to melt the uranium fuel rods. The heart of the atom was burning. By morning, the world outside was waking to a different kind of fear. Radioactive steam, laced with krypton and xenon, whispered from a vent stack into the Pennsylvania sky. The word meltdown escaped the containment dome, slipping into news reports and kitchen table conversations. The utility company said there was no danger to the public. Their calm, technical words felt hollow against the primal dread of invisible radiation. The crisis didn't explode. It bloomed, slowly and terrifyingly over days. A hydrogen bubble formed inside the reactor, a ghostly byproduct of the meltdown. Experts whispered that it could ignite, blow the containment wide open, and send a deadly cloud over Harrisburg. For 3 days, that bubble held the state hostage. Then came the exodus. With the bubble growing and official statements a tangle of contradictions, Governor Thornburg made a choice he hoped was wrong. He advised that pregnant women and small children flee. A precaution, he called it. But on the roads around Middletown, precaution looked like panic. Cars stuffed with suitcases and scared faces clogged the highways. Over 140,000 people were running from something they couldn't see, smell, or understand. The most advanced technology on Earth had triggered a primal, human stampede. In the packed press briefings, officials pointed at diagrams, talking about millirems and containment integrity. In the crowded evacuation shelters, parents held their children and wondered about the air they'd breathed, the water they'd drunk. The trust between the atom and its masters had been shattered. Walter Cronkite, the steady voice of America, told the nation, "We are faced with the remote but very real possibility of a nuclear meltdown." The word remote did nothing to calm the tremor in his voice. The bubble, in the end, did not explode. Pumping operations shrank it. The immediate terror passed like a fever breaking. When people returned home, an unease remained, seeping into the foundations of their lives like a slow poison. The year that followed, 1980, was not one of recovery, but of reckoning. The clean, white promise of the atomic age had been scorched. Almost overnight, the orders for new nuclear plants vanished, as if someone had turned off a tap. The accident became a story everyone knew, a story about a stuck valve, a confusing light, and how easily human error could unravel godlike technology. It was the ultimate cautionary tale, and it killed the nuclear dream in America stone dead. For the people living in the shadow of those silent, cooling towers, 1980 was a year of waiting. Waiting for lawsuits to be heard, waiting for news of cancer clusters, waiting for someone to tell them, definitively, that they were safe. The sirens for the plant's emergency warning system, tested every month, were no longer just sirens. They were echoes. And in the quiet of the control room, now emptied of its crew, a single handwritten sign was taped to the panel, a stark epitaph for an era. "What you don't have to know can hurt you." The towers of 3 Mile Island still stand today by the wide river. They are not monuments to what happened, but to what was lost. The unshakable faith that we could control what we had created. The accident ended with a whimper, not a bang. But sometimes the quietest failures leave the loudest echoes.